Well, what's going on YouTube? So we are going to talk about having a baby in residency. But before we get to that video, Oliver and I want you to know that you are wonderfully and beautifully and that you are wonderfully and beautifully created, and that you are capable of far more than you could ever imagine. Oh, and we forgot to tell them, and you're greatly, greatly loved. Alright, let's get to the video, Oliver. Alright, so as you guys know, my beautiful wife and I had sweet baby Oliver 9 months ago. He is 9 months old. Isn't that crazy, Oliver? You're getting so old. Where'd your binky go? Here it is. So long story short, there is not a best time to have a baby during residency. Now some people will say maybe later on in residency and not during your intern year because intern year is so crazy busy. So ideally, if you can, try not to do it during intern year and maybe during your second or third year of residency. But things happen and people have babies and you can make it work anyway. And so what Phoebe and I, we had a baby during our second year of residency. So that did work out pretty well for us because we were not as crazy busy as we were during intern year. And then we also were able to set up different things throughout our residency program that helped a lot. So a couple tips of having a baby during residency. One is look for, if you are planning to have a baby, there's a big difference in planning to and just having a baby. But if you're planning to have a baby in residency, start looking for daycares very early. So for sweet baby Oliver, we got him signed up on the daycare list when Phoebe was 5 weeks pregnant. And we did not have a spot in the daycare until he was 1 month old, which is pretty crazy, right? So like daycares are so packed, like they're so busy. So try to get on a list as early as you possibly can, because if you're gonna have a baby, you're going to need daycare unless you plan to stay at home. Second would be see what your residency offers you. Our residency program, they are so great and they offered us so much. They let Phoebe and I both do a rotation called Infant Development, where we got to stay home and watch Oliver grow up, and that we got to spend a lot of time with him. So we had not even counting maternity or paternity leave, we had a whole month off aside from that to spend with Oliver. So see what your program has to offer, and I would definitely check out what their maternity and paternity policies are in terms of you getting to stay home with your sweet baby. Number 3 would be find some babysitters. So not all daycares are open 7 days a week, and the majority of them are not. So it's very important to have childcare It's very important to have childcare outside of your daycare. And if you don't have family close by, such as Phoebe and I, her family's in Massachusetts and mine are in Missouri about 3 hours away, then you need some babysitters. So thankfully, by the grace of God, we found a couple different babysitters that if we're ever in a pinch, that they come and babysit our sweet baby boy, and we trust them a ton. Okay, and so definitely have some backup childcare. Number 4. Let me see what number 4 would be. Oh, number 4 would be think about finances. So hopefully as a resident doctor, you are currently budgeting your money and living within your means. But I would also be setting money aside so that when you do have a baby, that the extra expenses of having a child are not overbearing and are not more stressful, because it's already stressful as it is as you're having a baby. For Phoebe and I, having a baby during the pandemic, it definitely was a little bit stressful, and you don't want it to be any more stressful than it needs to be, and you really don't want finances to be stressful. So start putting away extra money each month for your sweet baby when they do arrive. Number 5, and this is what I'll end it with just to keep it short, is enjoy the process. Residency is crazy busy and it's crazy hectic, but every single day take time to set aside to just sit and think about the wonderful blessing that's about to come into your life, and think about how fortunate you are to be working as a doctor and as a resident and to get to bring in life into this world. I know that my beautiful wife and I are so crazy thankful to have baby Oliver even during residency, and even though it can be hard, it was still the biggest blessing of our entire life. I hope this short video and these tips helps you. If you have any questions about having a baby during residency, please comment below. And as always, if you've enjoyed my content, make sure to give it Oliver's biting my finger. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. So before we go, Oliver and I want you to know that you are greatly, greatly loved, and that you are wonderfully and beautifully created, and that you are capable of far he's done, and that you are capable of far more than you could ever imagine. See you later, guys.